This is the ESR Magnetic Keyboard case for the iPad, and honestly, it's the perfect accessory for turning your iPad into a productivity powerhouse. It's got that premium magnetic snap, a smooth trackpad, and a key feel that's surprisingly close to the MacBook, but at a fraction of the price. Today I'm breaking down what makes this case stand out, the real-world pros and cons after using it, and whether or not it's worth your money. Now, don't forget to show support by liking and subscribing. It really helps push our content. Let's see if we can get 20 likes on this video. Now let's get straight into it. The case for the iPad, it's right here. We're about to go ahead and get into the unboxing, and I'll show you guys what I actually got. Give me just a second, let me go ahead and get her open. Alright, as you guys can see, I did get the ESR. Some of you guys may be familiar with that brand. Magnetic Keyboard case, 360. And we'll go ahead and get into this unboxing. You can see I actually did get the black case colorway. We'll go ahead and get it unboxed here. You're able to just pull this right out. We'll go ahead and get straight into it here. So this is the keyboard itself, and I'm gonna be honest, it does have some weight to it, which is good. So you can tell it's actually made out of pretty good materials. It's got a hatch right here, a magnetic latch right there. And it looks like this would be keyboard itself right here. Okay. Feels like mechanical keys to me. Wouldn't really be able to say, but that does feel really good, in my opinion. And we'll go ahead here, take this styrofoam out. You can see it actually does come with a detachable case that the iPad can actually sit in, and it does feel really good and sturdy. I was worried about this case being a bit more flimsy, but as you guys can see, it's actually got a hard plastic material here on the back case cover, as well as on the inside of the tablet. But this right here is a more rubberized material around the edge, which is going to be good for impact resistance for sure. We'll go ahead and get her set up here. This right here is the inside of the case. There's the hinge right there. Hinge seems to be made out of metal, which is really good. It means your case is going to last you a long time. Now I will say with this black material that the case is actually made out of, it does pick up fingerprints fairly easy. You can see some smudges all on it here and along the back. So that probably would be my biggest concern, would just be keeping the thing clean. But we'll go ahead and get her set up here. So what we'll do first is go ahead and just place this iPad into the case. You can see it goes this way like this, and then it just squeezes in. If you're enjoying the video so far, make sure to drop a like. It really helps the channel grow, and subscribe so you don't miss out on more iPad and tech breakdowns just like this one. You guys can see your case or your iPad is fully protected with this case, and it does have cutouts for all your speakers. You guys can see that. Here goes speaker 1, speaker 2, and you got speaker 3, speaker 4, your charging port right here, of course, and then it has impact resistance right here on the sides, on the borders, on each of the corners of the border of the iPad case, which is really good attention to detail for a case. So I feel like this is a really good build for an iPad case here. You get a case for your actual iPad itself, unlike the Magic Keyboard. You just get the keyboard set up. You don't actually get any protective case around your actual iPad itself. I feel like that's a really good build, a case build. We'll see how the magnets work on the case here. Alrighty, so there we go. Now we got it fully seated into the actual keyboard. We'll turn it upside down, take the risk. You can see it's actually magnetizing really good. It's not going anywhere, as you guys can see. Here we go. We'll set it up here for you guys here in just a second. It looks really great. You guys can just see the keyboard. It's got that really nice floating design here. And one of the key differences from this keyboard between the Apple Magic Keyboard is that it has its own built-in power bank, which means it's not killing your iPad's battery. With the Apple Magic Keyboard, it doesn't have its own separate power bank. It uses the battery from your iPad to stay connected and charged, which means you can't disconnect your iPad from the Apple keyboard and still use it. But with the ESR case, you can completely remove the iPad from the magnetic stand and still use the keyboard to type. A feature you just don't get with Apple's Magic Keyboard. Plus, with this case, whenever you're ready to remove your iPad from the keyboard, you also get an external case that goes around the iPad itself to make sure you're protected on the go. I do see an issue here on the screen where the case is a little too tight and it's pretty much touching the power button and making the volume on the screen be changed. We'll see if we can't lift that up and pull it forward in here. Get that seated correctly, hopefully. I think that may have done it. We'll have to see. But we do have to go ahead and connect this iPad via Bluetooth to the keyboard, or connect the keyboard via Bluetooth to the iPad would be the better way to put it. And we'll go ahead and get that set up here now. ESR keyboard. You just would like to pair? Yes. All right, so now we got that keyboard connected to the iPad. Let's go ahead and play around with it. See how it responds. Would you like to update it? Yes, I actually do want to update it, but we'll just wait on that for now. We'll just try typing here. Okay, so the keys are touching in great. They're all responding. Nice click on all the keys as well. But the response on this keyboard is wonderful. I will say the keys feel really good to the touch, and it's picking up everything that I'm putting in. So I can't complain about that. We'll make sure the caps lock works here, which as you guys can see, that keyboard does work and respond great. Really can't complain about it. We'll backspace this out right here really quick. Yeah, everything's responding great. I would say this keyboard from ESR, their magnetic 360 case, it's really good. All the buttons on it are amazing. Feels close to the actual Magic Keyboard from Apple. Only difference is it does have a bit of a smaller touchpad. But I'll say that the keys are really good. And then you also get this added bonus of actually having a protective case on the iPad itself. So if you don't want to use your keyboard, you can just remove your keyboard. Now you got a standalone Apple or a standalone iPad with a pretty protective case around it. Now it doesn't have any hinge to actually prop the iPad case itself up. If you do want to prop up the iPad case, you got to have the keyboard with it. This is how you prop it up. Now the reason it is a 360 case, of course, you're also able to lay your phone up here or your iPad up on the case vertically, and it's actually going to hold itself up like this. You're not going to have to worry about it, you know, falling forward on you unless you push it. But if you're typing on the case over here, you're not going to have to worry about being able to push it. You can see I already have some apps pulled up here just for the demo. You can see you're able to shake your cursor back and forth rapidly to enlarge the cursor size, make it easier just to locate it on your screen. You're able to turn your brightness down using your brightness down function button. Turn it right back up with the brightness up button that's right next to it. Alright, next button we're covering is your app manager button. Now when you press this button, it's actually going to bring up all of your apps that you have running on your iPad at the moment. If you press it again, it'll put you right back into the screen you were just in. It's just a simple, quick way you can pull up your app manager just in case you want to close out some apps. You can see you can press your escape button and actually get out of the app manager, but you can't actually press the escape button to go into the app manager or even take you back to your home screen. Usually, you know, you press your escape button, you go to the home screen, not on this keyboard for some reason. You can see I'm using the keyboard functionality now. Pretty straightforward, streamlined. Just using the keys to look up whatever I need to search, but there's also a keyboard button on the keyboard where you can just bring up a digital keyboard on the iPad screen. You can use this to type instead of using the actual keyboard, just in case you're tired of using the keyboard and you want to just use the on-screen keyboard included with the iPad. So that's pretty cool. There's also a microphone function button you can use to search things up and write sentences. iPad M3 2025 iPad Pro. Alright, you can use your microphone function key to search things up and write out sentences, but you still use the enter key to search it up and make sure it goes through or gets sent. Also, other keys on the keyboard, you have your brightness button for the LEDs on the keyboard. You can change it from high, medium to low and off, turn it back up to high. Then next to that is your LED color change button where you can cycle through the different color modes and different solid color options. And there's not a bad selection of options. There's about 15 different colors you can choose from, and then also a fading rainbow where it goes through all the different color cycles. Now the key next to that button is your fast forward, your rewind and pause button. Now to use these keys you have to be watching a video or playing music. Now unfortunately in your web browser, when you're watching or listening to music, if you're pressing your fast forward and rewind functions, they don't actually work. The only one that'll work is your pause button. As you can tell from the music, I'm able to actually pause it and fast forward it. Now, but if we're on YouTube or any other site, you can actually just go ahead and play your music. As you see me doing, you can press your fast forward button. It'll skip you forward to the next YouTube video or whatever's available. You can also hit your back video button and go back to the previous videos. You can see we're back on my channel watching my previous video, which did really good. And I thank you guys for all the support on that. And if you guys are new to my channel, make sure to drop a like and subscribe for me. It'll really help our content keep growing. Now you can use your mouse pad to swipe through your home screen pages as if you're using your finger to swipe on the keyboard. Go up in the top right corner, click on your battery icon to bring down your control center menu. Same thing with your finger. You can use that to change the volume, brightness, anything in the control center, even your do not disturb settings with that cursor. You can use your finger once again to swipe through your home screen pages just by swiping on that keypad. If you swipe down, you're able to use your search bar on your home screen to look different things up. You can click in your top left to click the time and it'll bring you back to your lock screen menu. You can also use your cursor to click on your different widgets in the lock screen menu and it'll actually pull it up and load up your apps, and you're able to actually use the notch with the new iOS multitasking update. You're able to actually use that cursor to maneuver your maps, resize them with that notch. You can see you're able to fastly, fluently switch between screens and do anything you need to do straight from the keyboard. All in all, this ESR Magnetic Keyboard has a really great build and the functionality is perfect. Honestly, I would say this is a must-have for any iPad owner, and it's really on the cheaper side compared to Apple's Magic Keyboard option. That's it for this one. If you found it helpful, drop a like and be sure to subscribe for more real hands-on tech insights. This is Gottum Insight, keeping you up to date with what's next in tech. I'll catch you on the next one. See you later.